Hello and welcome to Scientifically Speaking. Now we got a really cool, odd confirmation of the things that I say today. I'm gonna do a drawing, and it's your basic double helix. So you got the pen will work. So you got your double helix and your double helix. Now, I likened this to when a baby is being born. There is inside the placenta, coming out of the baby's navel, is a double helix. This contains oxygenated blood going in and deoxygenated blood coming out. Now, how I explained this was a double helix. A double helix has two pieces. One is a hole, and as I said, the other one was an energy point. And then on the other side of the double helix was two more, one with a hole, one with a point. I said, this is an energy point, and this is a hole. Seems okay? I said, okay, this energy point up here is your brain, and I said, this hole is your mouth. And I said, this hole is your, what's the best word? Here's your backside, where you poop. And this energy point is your sexual reproduction area. Because depending on if it's clockwise or counterclockwise within the DNA will decide whether you are male or female. So it'll either be in or it will be out. Okay, so we're getting that? So yeah, the simplest double helix, one of these had a point and one of these had a hole. When it splits, it automatically becomes two more helixes. This is part of the same helix, there's just millions inside here, and every time this one splits, another one comes through to do something else, which is what arranges the rest of the bodies and things like that. But as I've always said, there's an energy point is your brain, and there's an energy point which is your reproductive organs, your genetic carrying on. So this energy point turned out to be for thinking, and this energy point turned out to be for reproduction. Now, how could I possibly have these two areas connected? Especially in men. What's the brain got to do with men's reproductive organs? Now, I'm going to show you a news article, and obviously for women, it would be your ovaries. I'd like to see what the discovery is about ovaries and brains, because the story is about men's testes and the link between testicle matter and brain matter. All right, let's check out the video. Okay, so here we are. This was in the Daily Mail, published on the 2nd of June 2021. So do men think in their pants? Study shows men's brains have similar genes and proteins commonly found in testicles. Let's go to the story. All right. Intelligence have previously been linked with sperm quality, an idea that may now be confirmed as scientists have found the male brain and testes have a number of similarities. The team of scientists, led by the university in Portugal, compared proteins from 30 different tissue types and found testes and brains have more than 13,000 proteins in common, many of which are involved in tissue development and cell communication. The investigation also found similarities in human neurons and sperm as they both undergo excitosis. Neurons use this process to pass neurotransmitters to each other, and sperm use it when fusing with an egg. See, I've said this is electrical, the fusing of an egg. I did a video on it years ago. I don't know where that is. I said the way it gets in, it's same as with the core of the planet. You've got to use an electrical key. And they're saying neurons use this process to pass neurotransmitters. Well, yeah, you need an electrical activity for a neuron to pass a neurotransmitter. Same as sperm use it when fusing with an egg. Electricity. Exocytosis is the process that involves material inside a cell moving to an outside environment. This is an underexplored topic, and the connection between these tissues needs to be clarified, which would help to understand the dysfunctions affecting brain and testes, singular, as well as to develop improved therapeutic strategies. Research is shared in a study published in the journal Royal Society. Brain. The research was conducted by scientists from Portugal and the UK who embarked on their work by comparing different tissues, which included the brain, testes, heart, cervix and placenta. From the total of 14,315 and 15,687 proteins that constitute the human brain and testes proteome, respectively, 13,442 are common to both tissues, the team wrote in the study. A majority of the proteins are involved in exocytosis, tissue development and cell communication, which of course is electrical, which the team was not surprised to learn considering the similar functions of the two tissues. The brain and testes require large amounts of energy for primary tasks, thinking and producing several million sperm per day. So there we go with my little simple explanation of an energy point at both ends. There's some pictures. There's all the stuff. Because of this, both tissues are susceptible to oxidative stress that could lead to cell and tissue damage. To combat this problem, the two have their own protective barrier, a blood-brain barrier and a blood-testis barrier. So they're doing the same things, but one's the inverse reflection of the other. One is for passing on your genes, and the other is the genes using that piece of the brain for intelligence, or using the brain to think about how you can pass on your genes. One of the findings was some of the common proteins undergo exocytosis in the brain. When exocytosis occurs in the brain, cells hand off neurotransmitters between each other, and this is the key process during fertilization. So it's all electrical. Exocytosis sparks growth of neurons, helping them to grow branching like arms, like electrical lightning strikes. And for sperm, the process assists in fusing with an egg, which again, I've said is electrical, because you don't grow branch like arms without the use of electricity. And this can be seen in many art sculptures of putting a radiation into glass, grounding the glass, and a Liechtenstein figure emerges, which looks like a massive tree of lightning. Looking deeper at the two tissues, the team concluded that the brain's neurons and testes sperm have similar characteristics. Several types of neuronal receptors like glutamate and gamma-aminobutyric, glycerine and nicotine acetylcholine receptors have been found in sperm according to the study. Also in sperm, the neural receptors play vital roles for its normal function, including in sperm acrosomal reaction, capacitation and motility. The team identified 5,000 common proteins in human neurons and sperm. The human neuron and sperm are very distinct cells. However, they share several molecular features, and a huge number of proteins are common to both cells, mainly those involved in exocytotic and cell signaling processes. Cell signaling is electrical. Tissue development and brain neuron associated processes. Understanding these similarities and their implication has become a topic of interest among the scientific community. Indeed, an association of intelligence with some semen quality parameters has been reported, and a relationship between dysfunctions of the human brain and testes have also been evident. Well, you've got a double helix. One end is not doing what it should. Think about that for a minute. I've now shown there's an energy point at both ends, and reverse engineering will tell you a lot of things. So if it's two separate energy sources, there's always a link. What that is, who knows? This is for biology people and chemistry people to sort out, because all I do is say what double helix energy does. And a fetus starts off in a halo wave with a brain energy point at one and a mouth energy hole at one end. And the other end, again, is just a point in a hole. It turns out to be your reproductive organs and your bowel exit. So, double helix energy does it again in the general understanding of how things grow. So, me saying there's an energy point at both ends, and now we find out that the same kind of cells are in brains and testes. So, that just confirms again that I kind of know what I'm talking about, even in just small relative terms. Thanks very much. My name is Lee. I follow the Christ, and I'm showing you all the things he showed me, and I'm applying them to real life terms when science finally catches up with the things that I say. Thanks a lot. Bye.